It's always great when you can find a show that you can truly dive into. Okay, so for something a little different, I want to talk about one of my favorite TV shows. I want to talk about NCIS. NCIS started as a spin-off from the JAG TV series. It had a backdoor pilot in 2003 during episodes 20 and 21 of season 8. I think it was called Ice Queen and Meltdown. It proved to be a success, with each passing year increasing in ratings and viewership, and now it dominates the top spots on all the lists like most watched, most widely viewed, most constantly viewed, most popular, longest running, etc, etc, etc. It itself has 2 successful spin-offs. They tried to introduce a third, but that just didn't fly, so they just left that one alone. I think it was called NCIS Red. It was meant to be a remote operating team. It looked like a really cool concept. I would have watched it, but then again, I'm an NCIS fan, and no kidding. The other spin-offs were, of course, NCIS LA and NCIS New Orleans. Overall, though, you have 17 seasons in the NCIS main, 11 seasons in LA, and 6 seasons in New Orleans, for a total of 34 seasons across everything. That's a lot of episodes. In fact, that's about this many episodes. Many people love this show, obviously including myself, and we all like it for a variety of reasons, but one of the main reasons, one of the most commonly occurring reasons, is character and story arc. You get far enough into the series and eventually the crimes don't really matter anymore. The crime, the thing that the episode is centered around, is almost secondary. What you're more interested in is how all the different characters react, how they handle the scenario, how they react to the situation and each other reacting to the situation. One of the other interesting things is the characters never change overnight. They do change. Each character develops. Each character goes through different things, which changes the way they are and they act and they behave. Usually this sort of stuff happens over a season. My wife and I are currently on a rewatch and we're up to season 8, about halfway through season 8. And that is really highlighting this slow, gradual change of characters. The difference between, season 14 where we stopped watching and then restarted into season 1, the difference in there between, say, DiNozzo from season 1 and DiNozzo in like seasons 12 or 13 or whatever, that is impressive. But as for the characters, of course, we've got Gibbs, DiNozzo, McGee, and Ziva. They're main 4 at this point of the storyline. Primary investigators, primary characters. Then you've got the support characters, you've got Ducky and Palmer, you've got Abby, and you have Vance, the director. And every now and then, my absolute favourite support character, Fornell, turns up. I love this character. Fornell's probably my very favourite support character in this series. Gibbs goes through subtle changes. He doesn't go through dramatic changes. Don't think he ever will. The way he relates to his team, his job, everything like that, that slowly changes, and you learn more and more about the guy, the tragedy of his life and his past and the way he deals with things and what gets him upset and what makes him hurt, what actually hurts him. He's probably the deepest character in the show. There's a lot to Gibbs, and that makes him very, very enjoyable to watch. McGee's probably had the most dramatic of changes. He started, I think, in season 2-ish, and he was the very timid, very super nerd tech boy wizard. And, he's developed now into quite the capable field agent. He's really good at what he does. Ziva doesn't change that much. She mellows. Ziva turns up as a dangerous kind of tiger. And she stays a dangerous tiger. She opens up, you get to know her a little bit more, she mellows out a bit. She's generally a more sympathetic and soft character by the end of it all. Never super girly and always that very serious linchpin to the team. She's quite an entrenched character by the end of it all. And as for DiNozzo, I think he's got the widest range of experiences of anyone in the group. His character's been all over the place, done everything. He's had very high moments of foolishness, deep moments of sadness. He's had introspection. He's been extremely extroverted. He's been all over the shop. He's been shot at, blown up. He's been promoted, demoted, threatened, hospitalized. The whole lot. He's been all over the place, his character. He's shown the most emotional growth, I suppose. Not yet, though. Funnily enough, he doesn't get his real emotional development until later on in the season. In season 8, he's just starting to realize he needs to grow up. And that's kind of cool. And the fact that it messes him up a bit as well is also very cool. I keep flipping between I really like his character and he can just irritate me a bit too much sometimes. I know quite a few people just can't stand this character. I have one good friend who just can't watch the show at all because of DiNozzo's character. Early DiNozzo though, I might be able to convince him to give it a go in like seasons 10 onwards, but I'm not sure. Abi Shuto is largely everyone's favourite. Me, sometimes. Depends what the writers do with her. I really like her character, I like her intelligence, her free spirit, her open thinking, but every now and then the writers keep turning into a bit of a moron. She's super smart science girl, like she's on top of her game for some episodes. Then another episode, she's lost it completely. She just obsesses over nothing and does some truly stupid things. Frustratingly stupid things to watch. Cringy. I'll call them cringy. And I don't deal well with cringe humor at all. So every now and then I just went, that's enough, Abby. I'm done with her. Ducky's always great, and the more you learn about Ducky, the better he gets. Exploring Ducky's past is my favourite thing in the latest series, and they're building up to it around about season 8. You're finding out more and more about him, then they really launch into that later on. I'm so looking forward to watching all that again. Ducky is an absolute value character. So very good. Palmer arrived as a bit of an offsider joke for Ducky. He really wasn't that good. I mean, he was good at what he did, but it was kind of annoying to watch. And his general goofiness was just getting on my nerves. But his character arc is actually improving quite nicely. He'll have moments of insight, he's slowly getting better at his job, he's getting more respect from the team, and that's cool. I'm enjoying watching Palmer's development. And Brian Dietzel, the actor, does him very, very nicely. Leon Vance, the director, third director? I'm not sure how accurate this is. I'm assuming it's not very accurate at all, man, because this director seems to get in the field a lot. Gets into trouble a lot. But I really like this character. I'm enjoying the way he's a foil for Gibbs. He doesn't roll over. He's the hard line that the team will bump up against every now and then. Well, he's a good guy, and he will do everything he can to do the right thing. But if he has to bully the team, threaten the team, basically kick him around to get on the right path and do what he wants, he will. And I like it. Fornell and Gibbs is amazing. It's my favourite thing. Watching those two go at each other, watching those two react off each other, and watching the fact that Gibbs relaxes most around Fornell is really, really nice. I love it anytime that those two have an opportunity to get together, either around the kitchen table or in the field. It's good value. To bring it all back to the start, the thing that I enjoy most about this show is it's an ensemble cast of kind of odd, eclectic characters solving crimes. You know, they're doing the procedural crime, you've got your story written out, you've got all that. It's just the way the characters interact, the way that they relate to each other, to the scenario that's before them, and just the ongoing character-driven story. I love it. I really, really enjoy watching this show. It just ticks all the boxes to me. It gets gritty and dark enough, but not too gritty and dark. It's funny and silly at times, but doesn't overdo that either. It's witty, it's clever, it's fast. You gotta pay attention. I love that sort of thing. It's large-than-life characters in pretty much unbelievable circumstances. Believable at the time that you're watching it. I clarify there. When you're watching it, you're in, you believe. You think about it afterwards, it's like, yeah, no, that's never gonna happen, guys. But still, you enjoy everything that happens with these people. Sure, the CGI is not very good. It's TV, so you just let it slide. The action beats and all the camera work generally make up for any shoddy CGI anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There's also a comfortable sense of familiarity to this show, and a stability to this show. You know that everything as it is going to pretty much stay as it is, unless it's a major developing plot point. When Kate Todd is killed off, it's a major point. It's a big event. And it ripples. In fact, I just watched an episode where quite a few of the characters are still dealing with Kate's death. And this is what, 5 or 6 seasons later? It has a ripple down effect. And when other major characters transition out, or even sub-characters die off or just leave the show, those ripples still are in effect as well. This show acknowledges the legacy of its own writing. That I like, and that comes across very strongly. At the end of it all, it's an easy 45 minutes murder mystery brain tickle. I don't review TV shows, so I don't really have a ratings for it. How about... I'll give it always happy to watch. Yeah, this is rated as an always happy to watch. Anyway, there you go. Something different. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, I hope you're having a great week and that you go and find some time to watch a movie. Or in this case, a TV show. Whatever works.